I hope this is recording. I'm coming to you from the sanctity of my bedroom, so I won't be disturbed by my son or granddaughter. I want to say to you greetings, and we're going to talk a little bit about the worship plan for the next 2 to 3 weeks. As Jesus says in Matthew 18:20, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there among them. And we've been gathering with one person, sometimes 2 or 3, to assist in the sanctuary. I want to talk about this coming Sunday, though. Things have changed as they're changing day to day. And the big change has been just my process in thinking about Palm Sunday. In our Mondays with Mike conversation was very helpful. And one of the things that came out in that conversation, in conversations with others in the church, with Jim Friesen, our music director, with clergy friends, with our Central Pacific Conference minister, is this sense of wanting to have celebration on Palm Sunday and how artificial that will be no matter what we do. And so my thoughts turned from trying to create a very false sense of celebration when I'm in the sanctuary all by myself listening to canned music and you are in your homes. And I decided that for this Palm Sunday, we are going to together worship by watching a replay of last year's Palm Sunday service. Many of you were not here then because you were gone. Many of you were not here then because you weren't part of our church at that point in time. It's a delightful service, and it features primarily a beautiful musical composition called Who is Jesus? By Joel Rainey, featuring our choir and some great narration. So that's how that's going to work this coming Sunday. You've received this email that had this link to the YouTube video I'm making. I want you to get the bulletin that you got in the email, print it out so that you have it, have a candle ready, and light that at the beginning of the service, and follow the bulletin. The Palm Sunday service from last year, it is the Facebook Live service that we did. And so, as is normally our practice, it doesn't include the beginning, unfortunately. It picks up right as we are getting ready to sing the song of prayer and to have the pastoral prayer. And then it includes the rest of the service, including the very powerful shrouding of the cross and stripping of the altar at the end of the service last year. So that's what we'll be doing on Palm Sunday. And I encourage you, I will put that video on YouTube right before 11 o'clock. So you won't be accessing it on Facebook. You will be accessing the video on YouTube, which will actually be easier for most of you to just go to YouTube, find our church's page. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube to the Congregational Church of Lincoln City YouTube page, the next time you're on, hit the subscribe button, and that will show up then whenever you open YouTube. You'll see your subscriptions. You'll see a quick link to our church website. To our church's YouTube channel, I should say, not to our church's website. You can also access it by just going to our church's website, clicking on the YouTube link, and it will take you right to our church's YouTube channel. So that will be for this Sunday. Take a look at the bulletin. It explains it again. The service is about 45 minutes. It's just a beautiful, uplifting service, and I previewed it earlier. And I just thought, what a great way to celebrate Palm Sunday when we can't be there together, and yet you feel like you're in a quote-unquote normal worship service. That's for this coming Sunday. For the Easter Sunday plan, again, this is out of conversations with colleagues all over the country, with our conference minister, with people inside this church and in other churches, some of our retired ministers in our church. We're not going to do an Easter service on Easter Sunday. We will do, some kind of service akin more to what we've been doing on Easter Sunday. What we are going to do is do our full-blown proper Easter service the way we had planned to do it, with the choir and bellissimo and the music and the bringing back the elements to the table and unshrouding the cross, all of those wonderful Easter things that we do to celebrate new life and resurrection. That will take place on the first Sunday when we come back together in the sanctuary. So we will certainly acknowledge Easter this a week from Sunday, but we're not going to have and try to create some sort of Easter service until we get back. And it'll be a wonderful celebration of resurrection and new life. In the Sundays between now and then, we will continue to plan worship and do worship on a weekly basis. I will generally be doing that in the sanctuary because I know that's meaningful for all of us to have that visual and to feel a sense of God's presence and of the church continuing to do its work in liturgy and song and prayer and scripture and all of those things. One other thing about Easter, we are planning, the Central Pacific Conference is planning an online worship service, and I've been a part of that conversation with Reverend Tyler Connolly, our conference minister. Various other ministers have also been part of that conversation, and I, among others, have volunteered to participate electronically, meaning if I'm chosen to do that, there are a lot of people volunteering, and I said, I am glad to do it. If you don't need me to do it, I'm fine with that as well. But that will be recorded and put together, and then it will be made available on Easter Sunday. So in addition to what we do as a church in our congregation on April 12th, you can have an opportunity to see that video, which will feature a sermon by our conference minister, and I encourage you to do that. And there'll be more details about that as that gets completely planned. But as I said, for our big regular Easter celebration, that will take place whatever Sunday is the one that we first get back together again, hopefully sometime in late April, early May. The things are so up in the air right now, and you will be posted on that for sure. I do want to let you know that we will continue to include you in Mondays with Mike. I'll be sending out a broader invitation to the whole church. The last time it was sort of an afterthought. I simply sent it to the kind of regular crowd. But we will be doing Mondays with Mike via Zoom at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be sending something out probably today or tomorrow to all of you that explains fully how to use Zoom for those who are new to that. We had a great conversation with the 10 or 12 people that showed up, and it was a lot of fun. I'm also considering how best to do it, but maybe a Tuesday or Thursday evening Zoom beginning next week, to just have maybe kind of like Mondays with Mike, but a little different for people who are still working or unavailable on Monday mornings, to just see each other and chat and say hi and just have some face-to-face conversation through a Zoom link, which is very easy to use. So also watch YouTube or Facebook Live. I may do occasional videos. I'm not going to do one every day. I shared a Facebook Live kind of God moment just yesterday of something that happened to me in ministry and in helping people. And I put that on Facebook Live. And so you may see stuff like that. And if I'm going to do that, I'll try to send out an email blast when that happens, so you know, check Facebook, check YouTube for some video conversation. So again, just to reiterate, for this Sunday, you've received the email explaining this. You've got a bulletin that you can print out, have a candle ready, and the service will be on YouTube on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. I encourage you to watch it then if you can. If you cannot, watch it at your leisure, and join us in remembering a wonderful Palm Sunday from last year and sharing together in worshiping the living Christ in our midst, even in these dark and difficult times. So peace be with you. I love you all. I miss you, and I know you miss me. I thank you for all the support and the love that you have shared in phone messages and emails and texts and other ways. So take care of each other, take care of yourselves, Stay safe, and we will see you soon.